two dope dudes, bringing you the news, leading you to much success with all their insightful views. Do you grow yourself or buy from the top shelf? Are you here to take the reins and gain back your health? Whatever it is, you know the biz. Leave a like, crack a pipe, and let's get on with it. If you want to acquire the knowledge, you don't have to go to college. You can just come hang with Aaron and Dave.
Yo, welcome to the Elevated News Podcast with two dope dudes. We are your source for Midwest cannabis news, culture, and more. I'm Aaron.
I'm Dave.
What's going on, dude? How are you?
I'm great, man. How are you?
Oh, dude, I'm great. Good weekend, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was nice.
Yeah.
Tags yesterday was fun too.
Good. It was a good weekend for being outside.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I came home and cut some stuff in my backyard and had a big burned it all bonfire. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah.
I went disc golfing again.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 disc golfs one day.
2 disc golfs one day.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you, man.
It's getting harder to do. It feels, I got to drop some LBs or something, bro, because I'm struggling through round 2.
Yeah, dude, it's rough. Wait till it gets hot.
I probably should just start carting it again and stop carrying the stuff on my back.
Probably.
Yeah.
Carrying stuff on the back's a winter thing.
Yeah.
It's like a mud or a winter thing, I think. It's more of a, yeah, just get the cart back out, baby.
Yeah, that's it.
Cart life. That's them old people. Cart life.
And I feel it.
Yeah. Sweet. Anything else new?
No.
No?
No, not in the realm of excitement, honestly.
Awesome.
How about you?
Awesome. I'm pretty excited next week, or actually this coming Saturday, I'll be at the Growcast Cult Cup in Loves Park, Illinois, which is just north of Rockford.
Nice.
And that's by Jordan River at Growcast. And there's going to be a bunch of Gromies there. And it's,
nice.
I'm very excited for it. I'm not entering anything, but I'm always excited to go and see and hang out with other growers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's like we said a couple episodes ago, that's grow events are way better than trap events.
Are there any of the followers or regulars in here that are going? Do you know?
I think Jay Carbo might go.
Oh.
Who else?
That's a good one.
Ryan RF Canna is going to be there. I know that.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah. Some of the other Gromies from across the country that may probably not from this show, but like maybe Dr. Danknug's show are going to be there.
Nice.
From Mo Grows Fire. I'm Goodfoot's going to be there. Tennessee Terp Farmer is going to be there, and Terp Wizard's going to be there, who's one of my I like that guy. He's a grower, hash maker out of Michigan.
Nice.
You've definitely had some of his hash with me.
Oh, okay, sweet.
He's got the little wax seal at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited. That's excited.
Cool.
Yeah. Pick up some new beans and get some lip balm, and I'll be a happy camper.
Yes. You can say that again.
You know what I'm saying? So, hell yeah.
Yeah, facts.
Hell yeah. Hey, we got some fun news to talk about today. We got some I found some cool stories from across the country because everybody's going to be talking about the the reclassification of marijuana that is going on, and we've talked about that. Shout out to Cole. Thanks for doing that live with us, where we could just kind of go through and react and kind of just bullshit around and not pretend like we knew everything, but kind of figure it out in real time and just discuss it. And shout out to Cole for being our third dope dude, and we appreciate you for that. But we wanted to get into some other fun news that probably not everybody else is doing today. So let's get into plugs real quick, is my point. That was a very long way of saying let's get into plugs. And we'll get on with the show. You can find us, the Elevated News Podcast with Two Dope Dudes, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all your other favorite podcasts and streaming apps. Two Dope Dudes YouTube channel. Please give us a like and leave a review. This helps us reach more people. Twitter.com at Two Dope Dudes. And also, you should come over to SupportDopePeople.com. Check out the store. Peace, Love, and Cope t-shirts. Support Dope People t-shirts. We appreciate you. Also, use our promo codes at Build a Soil and The Green Grow. We only push products that we believe in. So that's why we talk about those.
Yep. And on Thursday night, if you're not doing anything, I'd love to have you come hang out on YouTube in a live session with a bunch of friends, Peace, Love, and Cope, where I will help you take your health back into your own hands, but also we'll probably just be talking some wild stuff with you. Yeah.
Just doing something real quick. Look, I like that better. I got Peace, Love, and Cope right under your name, sir. I had to edit Dave's name real quick. Yeah, I like that better.
That's nice.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Yeah, come on over. Have fun Thursday nights. And thanks, Dave, for kind of giving up your normal Thursday night stream so that we could do a Three Dope Dudes.
Oh no,
just because it was same day. It was
lined
awesome.
up great, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think that it helped me work through some of my questions in real time. And then after going back and doing more research on the same questions that I was asking, I'm just as equally as confused as I was before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even more so, maybe.
I saw Dr. Amanda Ryman, who is another person I need to reach out to and book on the show again.
Yeah.
She released something, I think, the day after, 2 days after, talking about that, and I reshared that on our Support Dope People Instagram. So check that out there. Follow her on Instagram as well. She's great people. So, hey, so now it is My Bud Jon. John released, he did a Nature's Heritage lineup today, or this week. So I haven't checked it out. I got it beamed up to me right before Dave and I started recording.
Have you ever wondered what to buy? Have you ever pondered if that will get you high? Well, don't just go in and guesstimate. Listen close, get you something great, like a tender disco yell. My Bud Jon is here to help.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Dave. And welcome back to John's Reviews and Reports. All right, today we're doing Nature's Heritage. We're doing kind of a lineup. We got their Lilac Diesel pre-roll, Grape Diamonds Live Butter, and we have the local skunk flower. Right off the bat, we're going to start with the Lilac Diesel pre-roll. Just to kind of put the information out there of what I do. I had 3 of these guys. I smoked one as is. It was nice. I didn't touch it, didn't do anything to it, just lit it. Smoked it, didn't canoe. Honestly, not my favorite flavor, but I'm not really a lilac person in any of the flower I smoke. So I'm going to say it was decent for what it was. Not my flavor, but probably somebody else's. It was a decent joint. I liked it. Next one, I actually dumped a little bit out. I wanted to see what the flower inside looked like. It does look like they grind whole flower. So it looked like it had nug broken up and put into their pre-roll, not trim like a lot of other companies may or may not do. I kind of liked their pre-rolls. They were decent. They burned well. Nothing to complain about. Next, we're going to do the live butter. It was grape diamonds. And honestly, aside from the name, just the fact that it had diamonds in there could be kind of confusing to some customers because they're thinking, am I getting diamonds? And then they open it up and they have butter. So other than that, you crack it open, you get a nice terp presence. Nothing was muted. You actually could smell that there was something in there. The texture was good. It was nice, true butter consistency. It was easy to work with. It wasn't like runny or anything like that. When you dab it, now, again, for confusion, I dab a few different ways when I'm testing it out. I put some in the Puffco, I put some in the Pivot, and then I do torch dabs. That's kind of what I'm used to. I got a terp tower. So I tried a few different ways. I like to get a good idea of what I'm smoking. Each way, flavor carried through. There was nice grapey terps to it. It was actually really good. I kind of like this one. And I'm not usually the grape person either. So I was a little worried about it, but it came through really nice and solid. It was clean, consistent, and did exactly what it was supposed to do. It had me feeling nice. Next, we're going to move on to the local skunk. Now, this is where I'm looking for that classic skunk profile. If you're going to say it's skunk, it better show up as one. And honestly, crack that jar, remove that seal, and it had a nice, robust, skunky aroma. Everything matched. No drop off. Everything was just nice, clean all the way through. The consistency carried all the way through. It had a nice trim job. Everything looked really nice. The trichomes were there. Everything was, it was pretty. I gotta say, it had you feeling amazing. Had me feeling great. This one was done right. Smell, taste, consistency, effects. No weak points here. It's honestly just kind of how it's supposed to be. I am going to red alert this and say, if you smoke one of these, do a dab of one of these, and then smoke a bong of one of these, your eyes are going to be looking like this. Honestly, they're a decent brand. Like I said last week, they came in strong. They had gloves. Everything was talked about well. They knew their terpenes. They knew their profiles. I'm going to say it's a brand worth looking into. And they got nice, kind of cool wood grain looking tops. Their jars are really pretty. The only thing I would change is you can't see anything through the jar. That is one thing us bud tenders do not like. If you have to hide it, then it's probably not that good.
I just wanted to stop for a second. Not that that's necessarily wrong before I forget. So do bud tenders actually hate that, Dave? Because like, what about Myron jars then? Like, what about jars? What about jars?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks.
Like,
the fact that you
would
don't
get like
know,
brown. You would get brown jars so that because you don't want cannabis to be exposed to UV lights, or right. So
in that respects,
I'm just saying
is okay. So the
and we should
nuance,
make this quick too.
Yeah, the nuance is, we understand that you can preserve quality, especially when you have to have a organic, shelf stable for 1 year product sitting somewhere. So the better you can protect it as
Sure.
the cultivator, the better off you are. But as the person who has to go out and represent this
Fair.
thing, how the hell am I supposed to tell somebody what it is unless I myself have purchased it in the past? And then, or this is why that them samples that they send into bud tenders is a big deal, because they're able to
Yeah.
look at and try a few things. And
Yeah.
what I've
And
seen happen is like somebody sends their best product to these people and then they're like, this is the best shit ever. And I'm like, what have you tried? Just the 1 gram sample. And I'm like, okay, you don't
right.
know anything else that's behind any other of those packages, but they sent you their banger. So now they kind of assume it's that.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Fair.
that's
Okay.
the only thing.
I just, before I forgot that. All right.
Yeah.
Back to John.
That's my personal opinion. Next week, we're going to do some New Era. This is their Royal Gorilla. I picked up 7 grams. It was actually donated to me by New Era. And it is also a New Era product. It is their Interstate 420. This is a pack of pre-rolls. It is the Project 903. I know we sell a lot of pre-rolls, so I wanted to get this in the line and tell you about them. So come on, join me next week, and we'll see how everything kind of adds up from New Era, and kind of looking forward to that one. Till next time, guys, let's blaze.
Man, I didn't realize it was going to be that quick either. John, great stuff, man.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm a fan of seeing newer stuff because I didn't know Nature's Heritage, so they're a new craft or something of that nature.
Yeah.
It's cool to see new places doing good things because they're forcing the rest of the industry to pick up their,
Indeed.
quality.
I think it's a lot of it's about. I mean, you and I have been around the industry for a long time, and we know that you can have, a couple of good grows and get some good product out there, but to continuously have good product year over year is a very hard thing.
Dude, I saw the funniest shit. So
Yeah.
I opened the jar yesterday. I go, man, where the fuck did you get this? This is awesome. And he looks at me and goes, you're never going to guess. I said, nah, you did not get this from fucking an Illinois dispensary.
You, Dave,
and he said,
are completely breaking up.
oh,
I don't
no
know
way.
if you can hear me right now. Yeah. You
Oh, yeah.
are frozen.
Really?
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Oh, that's got to be on.
Hopefully it's
your
not
end.
me. Let's see here.
Everything seems to be running smooth.
Okay. I'm sorry. It just froze and you were very robot-y. So I'm sorry. Yeah, there you
No, it's
go.
fine.
You opened up a jar yesterday and you said,
Yes.
where'd you get this?
Yes. And he said, you're never going to guess. And then I said, did you honestly get this fucking from an Illinois dispensary? And he said, yes, I did. And you're never going to guess. It was relatively cheap for a full zip of it. And they were fat nugs. I was like, no way.
Oh, I smelled that same jar yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Same exact.
Yeah. He got out of the car and showed that to me. He told me exactly how much he paid for it.
Right.
Yeah. We were sitting right there. Remember what I said? Ew.
Dude, listen, I smoked it.
It smelled like hay.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No.
Yes, it did.
Then we smelled it at 2 separate times or something.
It didn't all smell like hay, but it didn't smell great.
No,
right out of that mason jar. The one out of the mason jar?
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
The smaller jars packed to the fucking brim with shit.
Yes.
Dude, it must have cured better fucking while the day was going on, because
maybe.
First of all, the only reason I'm bringing this up is, did he tell you what the name of it was?
No.
Oh. It was called Once in a Lifetime. And I laughed so hard after he told me that, and he's like, what's so funny?" I'm like, "Bro,
You don't
because
even.
it's funny that this company, for once in its lifetime, has made a semi decent looking and smelling product. It has been a very long time since I've smelled something like this from that company."
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You're not
Yeah.
wrong. And I understand why how that relates to a lot of these companies not being able to continuously grow year over year, good flower, or have good products.
But
You know?
I'm wondering too, when I looked at it, it looked like there almost was like two different bud structures in there. And I know that uh
Mhm.
who was it? Who was it? Air Eyes or something started putting two brands together in
Mhm.
one jar. Their Days Off brand
Mhm.
is like half of one and half of another, and they put it into the same jar. And like, so sometimes you can get like Blueface from them, is like one of my more favorite strains. You can get fat nugs of Blueface, but they have little screens on the bottom.
Yeah.
So when I worked there, I would like look at it and be like, all right. Which sucks, because if
Yeah.
I work there, I can do that. But if you're the
Right.
consumer out there, you got
Yeah.
no
You're
shot. And
not
even
taking
if
the time to do that.
yeah, and even if I come back and tell you there's two different nugs in there, you're gonna go, "Oh, okay. Like
Mhm.
I just want the cheap one with the high
Yeah.
THC percentage."
Right.
Yeah.
For the most part. Hey, YouTube comments. Let's get it going. LD Pegram. I got my CBD from Mason at Sundrenched. I mean, I know who she's talking about. But we'll need a new resource. I am totally pain free with his oil. Great information as always.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sad about that as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Capital P, great follow on Instagram, Chromie. I got brain cancer and I'm currently on chemo, 6-month regimen. My oncologist said the same thing. Can't wait for this to be another crazy story. June 16th, my last chemo date. Best believe I'm lighting a J up. 3945. What were we talking about? Oh, vaporizing cannabis is less harmful than smoking cannabis, is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
So even his oncologist said the same thing. So fantastic. Macho Grams, Gramsby Savage. Another great episode. 420 isn't the same. Man, do I miss the Chicago Weed Fest. Yeah, me too, buddy.
Yeah, good just to Capital P, good luck
Yeah.
with your treatments and stuff. If you would like to ask any questions about what's going on there or how you can maybe help alleviate some of your symptoms, you
Mhm.
can always let me know. I'd happily, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you might have seen it through here before, but I'm happy to chat anytime.
Yeah. Yeah. Macho Grams, Gramsby Savage. No, I said that one.
Yep.
Sean Whitney, our friend. Happy 420. I'm always smoking. I'm smoking watching the show. I always learn from you two every week and look forward to the next episode. Thanks, friends. Miss you both. Sean, dude, you're the man. Yeah. Yeah. I miss getting beaten by you in disc golf.
Yeah.
Yeah. This dude, I tell you guys, this guy could he's the type of guy like walk up to the tee, you're just playing, and he just like take a disc and throw it 400 feet and just kind of amaze you and just have one of the nicest shots and some great putting too, you know? Sean's the man.
So effortless and
Yeah, just
so
like
just yeah.
what like this is what we do.
Jealousy's there for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean's the man. Another one from Capital P. Sup, fellas? And I agree, 420 is played out. I wait till 710 to somewhat celebrate, and I answered HREAM, which is hash rules everything around me. And if you listen to that edit that our friend Macho Gramsby Savage made of me, you can't smoke hash rosin all day if you don't start first thing in the morning. So,
Touche.
hash rules everything around me, baby. Cole Memo. I'm just dropping by to drop a like. Thank you for another great episode. Thank you, Cole Memo.
What a badass.
I know. Ooh. If I hit like, guess, and lifted your vibe, drop that like. Just do it this time. Dave does like the rhyming. I'm bad at the rhyming, but Dave loves it.
Yeah. Limericks.
Yeah.
I think it's a poem type. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You're a limerick.
Dude, I know.
Live chat replay real quick. Let's see if I can get this going.
Haiku.
Yeah. The Shadow, John Voight. I can't read that. The Shadow, John Voight, Satisfied Mind, Dr. Danknugs, Hawaii Sustainable, 22 DMAC 55, John Voight, Local X1, Sean Whitney was definitely there, Brandon Colon 7435, or maybe is that Brandon Cologne? I said Hawaii Sustainable, Dr. Danknugs, Best Damn Grow Show, y'all know, Monday nights. That's 6 p.m. Central Standard Time because they're East Coast. Frank LaBarbera, Dr. Levy. Anybody else? Daily Homegrown Minnesota Organics, said Satisfied Mind. That's about it. I was late to this one. Yeah, good shit. Y'all are awesome. Thanks for showing up for us. We appreciate all of you guys, ladies and gentlemen who show up. You're awesome. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts, honestly. Cannabis sales saw a huge spike on 420. Here's why. This is from MJ Biz Daily, apparently. Marijuana retailers saw 73% more transactions on the 420 cannabis holiday than they did the previous day.
You don't say.
Wow.
Wow, Black Friday brought in so many more sales than
Black Thursday.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That's awesome.
Cannabis sales saw a sharp rise on 420 this year, particularly in new legalized states. Well, you would think so.
Wow.
Sales on 420 jumped 46.9%, and transactions rose 46.6% compared to last year, according to online ordering platform Jane Technologies. I believe was the I Love Jane, whatever app. Anyway. Every 420 tells us something about where the industry is headed. Jane Technologies co-founder and CEO, this guy.
What does it show you? That everything's leaning towards them having massive sales on one day of the year to bring in traffic? Like, what are we talking?
I thought, all of this other stuff is.
How do you use it? This is an outlier day, not a common day. How are we supposed to read into what the future brings?
Jane analyzed sales from stores that were open in 2025 as well as this year to ensure that the numbers were not inflated by new stores opening in 2026. On April 20th, retailers saw 73% more transactions than the day before. Apparently, Illinois was the number one highest selling state with sales up 44.5% year over year. Now, I thought this was interesting because all the numbers that we see, Dave, just show that Illinois is not leading anything in sales of cannabis in any market.
For this day specifically, 420 in Illinois it's like unbelievable how much different that day is compared to any of the rest of the days.
I heard it was slow this year. I heard it was kind of slow this year.
It all depends on where you're at too, dude. And like if you've got the good sales or you don't, makes a massive difference in this. There was still people lining up outside of dispensaries,
I know. Which is
and I'm with it because some people have those doorbuster, it literally feels like Black Friday back in the day when people would camp outside of it because, they needed to get their
be at Walmart at 5 a.m.
Yeah, you need your new flat screen.
Now you got to get your digital camera.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or your robot brain implant. Or
said California was up 25.8%, Maryland up 31%, Nevada down 2.7%, New Jersey down 1.1%, Colorado down 7.1%.
And that's day over day? That's what they're talking about right there, right? Like,
Yeah.
from the day before, which is funny as hell to me. Did they just add up all the numbers to retailers saw 73% more transactions than the day before? And Illinois was the highest one up. Oh, it's
Yeah.
year over year, it
Year
says.
over year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's good. But
I'm
from the day before, they went up 73%.
well
There's a
from
lot of
last year.
numbers
From
getting thrown
last
around.
year.
Yeah,
Well, a lot of numbers are made up on the spot 99% of the time.
that feels about right.
I mean, it's either that or 73%. That's the other number that I like a lot.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, listen, using raw data is not bad. It's cool to see,
No, yeah,
but
for sure.
what story does it tell if you don't
Right.
have any context to why,
Sure.
And the answer is currently price compression has gone this has been the year for Illinois hitting the price compression thing. There
I
is more
mean,
competition
yep.
finally. It's not just 20 providers. Now there's 50 or 60 or whatever it is, and everybody's kind of trying to compete for their market
Well,
share.
yeah, and that's why they're blaming hemp THC products, which as you know, anything that's THCA is what's ruined cannabis. That's an internal joke. One of our
Yep.
friends has
Yep.
said a thing about that. We just like to we like to joke about it. Anyway, hey, this is from the New York Post, and we know all of their stuff is great, but New Jersey man raked in crazy amount of money every day after setting up illegal weed vending machines, says prosecutor. An enterprising New Jersey man raked up $20,000 a day running illegal marijuana vending machines with at least 80 locations across the state, prosecutors said. Look at that big M dash that says that they used AI. Ben Gross, a 40-year-old Toms River resident, was arrested Friday. It's not just M dashes, it's AI.
Yeah.
And you're not going to want to miss this one because it's more than AI. It's actually AI. Him as the owner of the barbed wire vending machine company. Cops in Ocean and Monmouth counties spent more than 2 years tracing the operation, officials
Is he got a
said.
dip in right now? Or is it he looks like
No,
he's got
Zin.
yeah, a little
Yeah,
zit,
Zin.
little zinny zin.
Well, it depends. He might be on that Tucker Carlson
Caffeine pouches.
no, they got them extra Zins or something, I guess.
Oh, the extra
Anyway,
strength. Yeah. Mhm.
So prosecutors said Gross made between 17,000 and 20,000 a day from the machine. Marijuana is legal in New Jersey, but it can only be sold by licensed dispensaries to people 21 and older. His machines were not licensed to sell marijuana, authorities said. I wanted to show you these things. Look at these machines, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I want one of those vending machines. Why don't we have them?
Well, okay, so a vending machine is going to get literally the entire face of, and let's hope that not too many really intelligent people with a lot of money or licenses are listening, but one that's going to be the future.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Get rid of
I mean,
bartenders.
yeah,
Why would you
honestly,
pay
because
somebody? And
yeah,
I'm not saying this because
some-
I got buddies who are bud tenders. John's a fucking bud tender. Like, I want those jobs to stay available. But if you're a company and you don't want the overhead of whatever it is, and you can't even write these people off as fucking business expenses, why not get a machine that I can write off as a business expense and charge it to my
it will be the future in
Schedule 3.
everywhere but Illinois, which will have the most restrictive laws that says that you have to have, an
Yeah,
actual person selling cannabis.
Yeah, but what they'll put they'll make it so that it's not mandatory for you to have somebody, but you have to have somebody available for somebody to talk to.
Well, yeah.
And why couldn't you just put one human on one of those screens from somewhere and they can just randomly pop in, and you know what I mean? It's easy enough to like change the face.
Yeah, you should just stop talking right now and just start that company right now, Dave.
Yeah, well, and your inventory control would be so much easier. Everything would be fucking. It's moving that way without me talking about it. Period.
But I just had a whole slew of ideas that I can't talk about on the show because then it's recorded and I'm going to have to edit it out.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
What kills me about this story more than anything, and that vending machine, good for him. He seems like a fucking entrepreneur and somebody who's kind of smarter to doing things. But what sucks is that this guy, $20,000 a day from putting the illegal weed vending machines up. He's probably going to get a little bit of jail time. We'll see how the hell this all plays out. I don't know if they've prosecuted him fully or not, but he's doing $20,000 a day. There's people who have like corporately stole millions and
Yeah.
millions and millions of dollars, and they get like little slaps on the back of the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
They just, this guy, hang him out to dry.
Yeah.
You
So
weed
they
guy.
seized, they raided, they busted up a warehouse in Manchester that was used to package the cannabis before it was sold at the illegal do-it-yourself dispensaries, according to authorities. Investigators seized more than 100 pounds of marijuana flower, 5 pounds of hashish.
It was hemp, dude. It was hemp.
Maybe. Hundreds of pounds of THC-infused candy and THC vape products during the searches, prosecutors said. While cannabis possession is legal for adults under certain circumstances in New Jersey, it is still illegal to sell cannabis without proper licensure. Ocean County prosecutor Bradley D. Billheimer said in a statement. That's true. Cannabis is not legal. It is merely regulated in text under a highly regulated structure. It says the distribution of cannabis is strictly regulated, and those who choose to operate outside of the legal framework will be held accountable. He's been charged with money laundering, possession of 25 pounds or more of cannabis with intent to distribute, maintaining a controlled dangerous substance production facility, and other drug-related felonies. He could face a decade behind bars. These are 3 people that were also arrested. They were at the Manchester warehouse. That's crazy.
Yeah, to face decades behind bars for entrepreneurship, right? To try and like, this is gross, man.
Yeah,
This is kind of gross.
it is
Not
kind of gross.
Exaggeratedly gross.
Yeah. Hey, Connecticut House passes bill removing limits on THC in cannabis products. I thought this was pretty cool, and we can talk about this real quick. It would eliminate caps on THC concentration in cannabis flower, raise THC limits in infused drinks. A bill revamping regulations around the cannabis market passed the Connecticut House of Representatives Monday night after a debate over what some lawmakers saw as a loosening of important restrictions on cannabis sale and what others saw as logical modifications to a system that was placing barriers in front of a growing market. Wow. It's crazy how like some of these smaller states can actually have discussions and be forward thinking on some of these things. What this does is modernizes our cannabis and hemp laws to reflect today's market realities. Representative Roland Lamar said during the debate, regulating cannabis has provoked contentious debates since lawmakers narrowly voted to legalize the substance for recreational use in 2021. Since then, the legislature has made several adjustments to the law, regulated the sale of THC beverages and banning promotional sales or discounts and placing new parameters around the sale of hemp products. The current bill would raise or eliminate THC limits on certain products, including cannabis flower and infused beverages, and open up the market to new products to people who live out of state. He says the bill brings Connecticut in line with regulations in New York, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. It's, like, why should not all the states, like, this seems like good shit. Don't you think, Dave? Like, all the states are kind of like doing the same things and saying, hey, this makes sense, this doesn't make sense, instead of just,
I also wanted to they said hemp and cannabis laws. So I scrolled down a little bit and found a thing. You'll come upon it. It says 3 milligrams to 5 milligrams. This bill increases the amount of THC allowed in infused drinks from 3 milligrams to 5 milligrams. Drinks sold in dispensaries or retailers can have up to 10 milligrams. So they're even working to increase their hemp
correct
side of things, which is brilliant for Yeah,
because that's access to cannabis.
Yeah.
It's access to cannabis. And, Connecticut is very small. Some of these states are very small. So, like, you don't necessarily have access to big cannabis dispensaries all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then if you scroll down another two or another few things, it says Rep. Chris Annex. Yep. Told the story of his stepson who died of a drug overdose at 26. He said his stepson began smoking cannabis at 14 and later started using more serious drugs. Said the family had to go through therapy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you, but this is that like gateway talk that everybody pushes, and I'm I'm of the mindset that marijuana is not the gateway, that your mind is the gateway,
The
and
marijuana is just a byproduct of the way that your brain maybe works, and that's just the thing that you choose to do. I don't think it's necessarily marijuana is the cause. I think these are people who don't are unable for whatever reason to accept the realities of their children's mental states.
well, and this is the thing. This is my whole point here, is that this person's going to go tell his big story of how much he's struggled and what he's gone through. And I'm not trying to make up a story, but what are the chances that he has something to do with why the fucking stepson doesn't feel as good as he does?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What if he had a different, like, the family dynamic or some shit, you know? So, like, I think the bigger thing is go home, figure out how to love your family, and, communicate that through, because if you were a good, and I'm not saying that he's not a good parent, I'm not trying to be a hater, but if you're a good parent, you understand what your kids are doing, why they're doing it, and then understand that is coming possibly from a place of struggle, okay? And then, helping them through it. But yeah, or just talk about the devils and demons that you can't fucking handle.
I thought this was fun. 22 Buddhist monks arrested at airport after record drug bust. Yeah, and this was updated today, April 27th at 6:15. So, like, this morning, I saw this and I was like, "Oh, let's fucking talk about this. This is hilarious."
Way.
22 Sri Lankan monks returning from Thailand were arrested on Sunday at the main international airport with a record 242 pounds of powerful cannabis, officials said. A Sri Lankan customs spokesman said the group, returning home after a 4-day vacation in the Thai capital, had Kush, a potent plant-based strain of cannabis, hidden in their luggage. Each carried about 5 kilos of the narcotic concealed within false walls in their luggage, the spokesman said, adding that the monks had been handed over to the police. They were to be taken before a magistrate later on Sunday. The monks were mostly young students from temples across Sri Lanka and had been on a holiday sponsored by a businessman. Customs officials said it was the largest single detection of Kush at the South Asian country's main international airport.
Oh man, that's adorable, and they're putting it with a capital.
I know. What does it say here? Last May, a 21-year-old British woman was arrested with 101 pounds of the drug at the same airport. Yeah.
Oh, she was. What 21-year-old? She got to be a badass carrying an extra 100 pounds around.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, even with the rolly cart, that shit is, yeah.
I mean,
ma'am, what do you got in your cart? Just a human size.
Yeah, like, are they making them run up and down the stairs as punishment, or what's going on here? Each of you must now take 242 pounds in a backpack and run up and down these stairs as punishment.
What in the world is going on?
I know. It's the Kush that got me.
The Kush is with the capital K.
That's
with
right.
Capital K Kush, dude.
Kush.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm the Kush now.
That's you know what?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's
It's
fucked
crazy.
up because it was funded by a businessman. So the
Mhm.
businessman offered these kids enough to fucking,
Yep.
set up their
Yep.
families or whatever, because I don't know how much money the monk life is paying, but, you
Probably
know,
not much. Probably like, "Hey, I'll, you know, do this for your temple or something," kind of
yeah,
thing.
or they were, forced to under the, under some other crazy, you know I've watched a lot of movies.
I
Y
know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
It's just wild, the laws that we have around the country still, or around the world still, and just the way that they treat people. It's just it's real sad, but
It's it's
we
just
gotta keep breaking the stigma, right?
it's messed up because it comes from a place of 0 knowledge.
Yeah, yeah,
It literally is a fear-based, I was forced by some other human to tell you how to do things, and I bought into what this other like, you've got no thought process for yourself. You
yeah.
you literally aren't thinking. You're doing what somebody else told you to do, and you're just going through the fucking motions, and, like, because it's the perpetuation of bad information.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why I always recommend come listen to my friend Dave because he's gonna give you good information.
Oh,
He
you know what? Yeah. I think I wanna do, like, a yeah, I won't talk about it now. Just come show up. You'll see.
come
I wanna do,
come
like, an empathy thing, I think.
an empathy thing.
Yeah. How do we teach empathy? Bro, tell me about it. I get it. But I think that that's what, like, a lot of times a lot of my speech is around something that is that. It's like, you can't take either side. It's
Right.
hard to do. I know. You gotta break your own thought process for a little bit, but, because
Got
the
to
other
put yourself
side.
in other people's shoes. You have to. It's like pretending in your head that you're somebody else.
Well, and the more that we radicalize going to a side, picking a
Hmm.
side, the more we accept division.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Right.
not trying to get better by any means. Yeah.
But hey, speaking of good information,
Whoa.
it's time for Dave's conditional cannabis corner.
In the conditional cannabis corner.
You got some symptoms from your condition to help you feel better. That is my mission. At the conditional cannabis corner, you can get that information, and it won't even cost you a quarter.
All right, my friends. Thanks again for always listening in and hanging with the two dope dudes. Today, I just wanted to touch on something that somebody asked me about recently. It's sleep. Cannabis being used for sleep is it's another one of the categories that it gets used for the most. It's like pain, and then I think psychological after that, and then I think sleep is like number 3, I think. But anyway, cannabis for sleep is unbelievably effective if it is effective for you and if you're doing the right things. There's a lot of people who still believe that if they take their CBD before bed, they're going to sleep well. And CBD is not necessarily like a sleep aid. It can be in many ways. And actually, maybe you're missing the CBD if you're not sleeping well, because it can be anti-anxious and inflammatory, which if you're struggling to fall asleep because you're in pain and nothing's comfortable, well then reducing the pain and slowing the anxiety seems to be an effective manner. But what shows typically is that THC is a good sleep agent. It's good to help promote sleep, to break people through the REM response, which is rapid eye movement. That is where our brains are the most active. And THC can be something that helps suppress that and make the transition a little more seamless and easy so that you're not jarred awake. But then think about that too. THC is the psychoactive, it is the cognitive, it is your brain working. It's helping your brain, it's stimulating your brain to feel some level of something. So if you're one of the people whose THC is causing you to race a little bit more, well, then maybe THC isn't the answer for sleep, but it is for a lot of other people. Well, then maybe it's CBN, because CBN is really good at kind of once you get to sleep, holding you in sleep. So maybe it's not just one thing, right? And maybe it's not even any of the cannabinoids. Maybe what you're really looking for is linalool. Linalool is, it's lavender. They put that in diffusers for people to sleep with because it's a little more calming, right? It's a little more relaxing. So maybe it's linalool. Wait a minute. Maybe it's myrcene, because that's like a lot of times that's in the indicas, right? We could use some myrcene to, or maybe it's beta caryophyllene, where it's a little bit anti-inflammatory on its own. So the thing is there's so many different parts of this plant that can cause you some level of comfort, that maybe it's not that cannabis, the blanket statement, is good for sleep. And in the same ways, I think when we're going into this new era of Schedule 3 research study, maybe it's beautiful that we're going to get away from the blanket statement of cannabis as the what's helping you. Well, it's just cannabis. Well, cannabis is hundreds of different components. And if we were able to Burger King the thing so we could have it our way and just pick out little pieces of whatever, maybe our experience would be exponentially more dialed to what we're trying to do. And if sleep is what we're trying to do, I just named 3 different cannabinoids, 3 different terpenoids, and there are many more that can assist with, but it's really getting this thing dialed into you. And this is why I say a lot, take your health into your hands without there being massive amounts of science. And then when I say massive amounts, I mean somebody goes, hey, you're 6'2" or 6'3", you weigh 230 pounds, you got, you come from whatever background, you have whatever diet. There's a lot of different factors that go into why I might feel different than why you feel the way that you do through the use of very similar products even. So there is some trial that goes on here, but the general consensus that I've heard is if you figure out how to use cannabis for your sleep pattern, it can be massively effective in you regaining your health. Health is really, it starts from good cycles of things. And I think literally your number one, that's it, right? If we didn't sleep, we would cease to exist in a matter of a couple of weeks or something. So sleep is massively important to the body, physiologically, but also psychologically. And if you're not getting good sleep, you're not making good decisions, and it's hard for your body to be as strong as it can be. So I am a big fan of cannabis for sleep. There are a lot of different ways that you can consume it. And then we could even go to the extent of talking about different methods of ingestion, where inhalation, because it only lasts in your system for 2 hours, might get you into the point of sleep. REM typically happens within an hour to 2. So maybe we get into the REM sleep, okay? And but once we get down to sleep, maybe there's something that's triggering us to wake up again. Well, then you get up and you smoke again, and then it helps you get back to sleep, and then you get up and you smoke again. That seems terrible. So maybe it is edibles that work better. Well, maybe you're not absorbing as well. It's getting towards the end of the night. Your digestive system's shutting down because you're laying prone and you're going to bed. maybe edibles aren't going to affect you then. Maybe what you got to do is take it earlier. Maybe you got to take it later. Maybe you got to take some sublingual, take a little tincture because you're better at absorbing it. There's a lot of factors here. But when cannabis is used effectively for sleep, it can be one of the best health benefits and one of the best medical benefits of this plant. So, if you ever have any questions on you getting some sleep, feel free to drop it in the comments section here or join me on a Thursday night and I will happily talk to you directly about what makes sense for you. All right, y'all, that's it.
That's it, son. That's it. Oh, yeah. Sweet. Hey, another episode 139 down.
Bro.
Let's go. It's weird. We're in the like closing in the 150 range.
Wow.
It's silly to think about. I don't know.
Wow.
We've sat down and done this 150 times.
Yeah. That's super awesome.
Oh yeah. Here's here's to another 150. And hopefully onward and upward and new things coming. Hashtag soon. Right? Yeah. Hashtag soon. It's my favorite one. Yeah. Well, hey, we love you all. Smoke weed every day. Peace.
Love y'all.
Yo, ding dong, we're done here. Time to go.
Donuts!